turn, I have a record for guns and drugs, Abby. So for Ken to be staying in my humble abode, whether if you want to call it a hotel, a shack, or however you want to put it, he's staying with me. So if they chose to say, oh, well, let me do the same thing he just did, the police are going to come knock on my door. Number one, I'm not supposed to be around any guns or any drugs or any drugs. So that's a termination of my bond and whatever else stipulations that I have for me being in that situation. So therefore, I can be up for going to prison, Abby. So Ken had to get his stuff and he had to go. I don't care if somebody...
Do you care about going to prison? Like, you really didn't want to go?
Do I want to go to prison? No, ma'am.
Abby, come on now.
No, I'm asking that question for a reason. Because when I told you on live to go home, stop trying to fight, Ebonee, you're going to go to jail. Hold on.
Listen, let me finish telling the story before you input. Thank you. Have a great day. So, for that reason, that's why I called Ken and told him to come get his things, because I didn't like the fact that you called anonymously, but you're doing it on live. So therefore, it's no longer anonymous. Number one. And you're also using it under a fake name, because you called the police on myself using a fake name. So, moving on. So Ken, you come get your things. And as you're getting your things out of my room, Faith told you to get your things out of her trunk. Because, again, she has her own situations and stipulations going on with her background and things of that nature. So, therefore, she can't be around none of that either. So that's why she politely popped her trunk and told Ken to get her shit out of his trunk. Because, Ken, you're playing a dirty game. You're just thinking about yourself in that situation. You're not thinking about anybody else in that situation that it had to do with and who's around you. Again, when Ken came there, ever since Ken and Zariah got into it one day at a restaurant, it seems like every day Ken get on live or he get around anybody and he just calls Zariah names. Zariah works 2 jobs, baby. So Zariah not on live, Zariah not inboxing this person, that person. Me and Zariah be on the phone all day, every day while she at work. So if Zariah say anything, baby, she would have said it to me, and I never went back and told Ken shit. Okay, so Ken, you gets into it with Zariah. You telling her, oh, girl, I do you, this, that, and the third, and so on and so forth, jumping up on top of the bed, trying to attack her. So, yes, we're standing in front of Ken because, again, Ken, you're a man trying to fight a trans girl. But he's the same one who didn't want to fight Sasha on the TV show because she was a trans girl. Make it make sense. Okay, let's move on. So as he's hadn't got his things and belongings outside of the room, me and Ken was face-to-face outside arguing, nose to nose, like we was touching nose to nose type shit. So Ken, if you really wanted to fight me, you would have. No. But Ken, if you really wanted to fight me, you would have. You didn't. So let's move on. You goes back outside after you finish getting your belongings. We're in the process of leaving, getting you in the car. So at this point, you don't put your phone on.
Zariah, because you and Ken was straight.
What do you mean?
Start over, Ebonee. We couldn't hear you.
I say we were in the process of getting ready to leave. So as we're getting ready to leave, Ken, you put your phone on live, as people can go back and watch that live because it's on his YouTube. Ken proceeded to put his phone on live and go towards Zariah's car, approaching her in the manner of trying to fight her, telling her, oh, bitch, I beat your ass and this, that, and the third, and so on and so forth. So that's when you go to say, you take the watch off your wrist and you wraps it around your hand, and then you was like, oh, don't worry. Oh, he was like, oh, don't worry about it. I got and you proceed to grab the brass knuckles. So at this point, she's telling Tobin to crank up the car and, you know, get inside the car or whatever. So at this point, she gets the mace out and she sprays him because you're irate. You got on brass knuckles and you got a watch with a big thing on it trying to attack her. So at this point, what is she supposed to do? And you steady telling her to come here, come on, bitch, come fight me. You say you want to fight me so bad, but Ken.
Ebonee, I hear everything you're saying. Here's what my point.
No. Hold on. But let me get to you. I'm gonna get to you in a second.
I don't want you to get to the next point without me saying this. Before you get to the next point, all of that could have been avoided if y'all just got your shit or just told him to get out the room and left.
But we did it. He was very
y'all was
irate
on
and
live
tried
with
to
this. All this was going on, and some of the stories, some of the parts you're saying is not fully true. Because I watched it over on live, baby.
What part is not true?
Go ahead. There was a lot of words exchanged.
Right.
There was a lot.
But what I'm saying is very true. It's factual.
But it's more to it. And all I said was
listen, I'm probably leaving out some parts.
In the parking lot and had nothing.
So if a person if you had a background and you had a record, and a person called the police on someone else,
no, they would have had to go. I'm not saying that's wrong.
Exactly.
I never said that was wrong.
How are you keep telling me that we're wrong?
I never said that was wrong. For him to get...
You're contradicting yourself. How are you saying you would have did the same thing, but I'm wrong because I did it?
Oh my God. You're not listening to me, sweetheart.
I'm listening.
Just because I chose to help Ken get into a room.
Nobody never said nothing about you helping him.
Oh my
Whoever said you helping him was wrong.
Okay.
Nobody never said that.
Well, this is what we're going to do.
Saying we said Ebonee, that, but I never said that.
Happy birthday. So no one is saying that, no, I don't like Ken, y'all. Ken is not the type of guy that I like. I'm just a helping person. And y'all are missing my point. And y'all don't have to agree. That's okay. We don't have to